y'all, it's Shauna and welcome to my channel. Today I am bringing you a makeup declutter of my entire collection. I did one of these back in February and it was one of the first few videos to go up on my channel. Now my makeup inventory is coming up and I've lived with this particular iteration of my makeup collection for a few months now. So I think it's time to go through it again. My goal with my collection is to get it down to my favorite products and then stop. Not really bring anything else in and just find my core pieces that I love that I want to use. I hope that makes sense. Now, what I've done just to introduce this video is to show you what my makeup collection looks like in its natural habitat. So I keep my makeup on this little cart. I'll show you in just a second, but it's usually beside my desk and not just kind of floating around. I picked a place that had some good natural light. So this is what we're working with. I have my palettes at the bottom, and then at the very back on the right hand side, those are my single shadows. Up at the very front is my mascaras and my concealers. In this middle row right here is my highlighters and blushes. Behind that are my lipsticks. To the side are my foundations, and then up at the front is a very messy hodgepodge of whatever's left. It's supposed to be like primers and powders. And then up here, this bin right here, this is my everyday makeup, and that's what I use to get ready every morning. And then if I want to reach something else, I'll just go and like grab a palette from down here or whatever it is. So this top drawer, nothing is going to be touched. Everything is just going to stay because I'm using it and everything is fine. We're going to go through all the other categories. I can't promise a ginormous declutter. It's going to be a small curation, and that's kind of what I really want in my life. So let's get started with the first category. Everything that you see are my foundations and concealers. I do have a few more. I have 3 more concealers and 3 more foundations that I'm currently working on, so they're not here. All of the concealers are going to stay. I do really like, I've tried them all out at least once and they're good enough to try again. What I'm interested in decluttering right now are both of these. Everything else is going to stay. I've tried the MAC. These 2 are my summer ones. I have tried this. Good enough to keep around for another time. The only other one I haven't tried is this one, but I kind of missed my window for it. As for these 2, I was under some kind of impression last year that I am a BB cream kind of person. This is not true. And when I'm gonna wear something like coverage, because I do have a 5-minute face, a extremely light coverage routine, maybe I'll bring that to the channel. That does not involve either of these because I need more coverage in order to cover up acne spots and scarring. I just don't have the kind of skin that lends itself to a coverage product like this. I don't need necessarily coverage everywhere, but some of the spots just need a little bit more coverage. And I've accepted my skin, it's mine. And whatever condition it is in is my own. And I've really recently come to accept that. And this kind of product just doesn't lend itself to my skin's needs. And I would rather do a really quick 5-minute face with some products that I love. So I'm going to declutter both of these. I want to deal with this next. This is just the throw it in kind of everything box. And most, it was meant to be for powders and primers. So I'm just going to pull all of my powders out. And you can tell that I haven't used this stuff because it's dusty. And there's lip liners. Let's just put those where they belong. Oh, there's more lip liners. Okay, this is what we have. It is a bit of a hodgepodge. So these things are my powders. These ones are my primers. I have a couple of random sticks and other kinds of things. So there are some of these things that I was hesitant to declutter because I wanted to try them last time I filmed this. And I'm not going to use a dew primer. Like, let's be honest here, I'm not going to use it. I just don't have a skin type for it. So I'm going to declutter this. This is the Ilia True Skin Radiant Priming Serum, not for my skin type. So I'm going to pass that along. As for this stuff down here, this was maybe okay when I was doing really dark, when I had really dark hair. I don't have dark hair anymore, and it's kind of, I just did a little rub here and my hair is pretty light now. So I'm just going to toy with the idea of, do I keep this if I ever have dark hair again, or do I let it go? I'm not entirely sure. So I'll just put this in a little maybe kind of side category. I do see a couple last things. This is the Josie Maran Argan Enlightenment Illuminizer. I have tried this. It's super vibrant. I will not use this. It's a liquid. I don't really do liquids. I might do a stick, but not a liquid. So this is a pass. The last thing I'm unsure about is the ColourPop, the light sticks in Starbright. It's a highlighter. Stick products for me, if you've watched my office project pan where I was talking about this, stick products for me are just not really something that I love. So I haven't used this in 6 months. Haven't used it since I bought it. And it's a little bit older than that, maybe 7 to 8 months. And I've never used it. I've swatched it. It's really nice. But I think I just need to get real with what I use. And this is me buying for who I want to be and for my fantasy self, and not really accepting who I am now. And Shauna does not wear this kind of product, so I'm going to declutter it. The last thing is I'm going to get rid of this Lawless powder. It's just a regular loose powder. You know what? Scratch that. I'm going to put this in a to try because I actually haven't tried it, which does say a lot in itself because I'm not really a loose powder person, but also I have been actively panning products that are in my project pan right now. And by products, I mean powders. So when I put something in a project pan, I'm really not going to use the other things. And that's true with categories and other products that I know that I love. Like, as an example, I have some blushes that I really like, but I'm only using the ones in my project pan. I get really fixated on that. So to me, I think it's understandable. So I'm going to try this out and see what I think about it, but I'm going to remove it from my main collection. So what this means is that I have 4 primers plus the one in my project pan, and then I have 4 powders here. So and I also have 2 bronzers. So I think that's nice and just a little bit of a reduction. Wow, that fits so nicely now. Beautiful. This is the other kind of little bit of an overflowing bin. This is my highlighters and blushes. This is going to be another small area of declutter. So these 3 are the other highlights that I have other than my Becca one that's just in my main collection, as well as one other ColourPop one. I have it right here. Is this it? Yes, this one. I keep this one in my everyday makeup drawer because I use this as an inner corner highlighter and I really loved it. You can see that pan in that top corner there. So I keep that in there, and I also like that color for off for also on the face. So I technically have 5 highlighters, and that's a lot to me. Seeing as it was only maybe 2 years ago that I started wearing highlighter in the first place. So I have 3 highlighters. This one was the one in my project pan. If you've been watching, you'll have seen the use on that. And then I have this MAC one here in Double Gleam. And then I have this Fenty Beauty. Look at that. I've used this once or twice. All of these are gonna stay, which I kind of knew. The declutter on this is not really gonna be that significant. It's only gonna be a couple of things. This Annabelle blush, I think I toyed with this in my last one. It is broken and it is a bit of a vivid color, so I'm gonna get rid of this. And the other thing I'm gonna get rid of is this. I might have talked about this in my last declutter too. This is the Lust Duster. This is from Benefit. They don't make it anymore. And I believe I got this in 2010. I think that says a lot. I have not really ever used it. I was using it on my inner corner for a little while I was trying to find something to use because this wasn't really a favorite. So I think it's just time. I'm finally ready to say goodbye to that. So time to put all of these back in their little box. These fit nicely too. I'm actually gonna move this to the single shadow little drawer. Okay, I'm gonna save the lips for last, but I quickly just want to mention all of my mascaras have been living in this box, and I had purchased a set from Sephora, which is literally where all of these came from, and that's all I've been using this year. I did get this one for Christmas, so maybe this will be the next one I use. So I don't really think I need its own little box. So nothing is going to go from here because everything is new and unopened. But what I am going to try and do is I'm going to see if I can fit it. Oh, I don't know. Do you think? I actually think I can fit my concealers, in another box. Yes, those fit fine. So let's put all of these. And I have a cloud paint. I guess I should put this with my blushes. I also have an eyeliner, which I don't know what to do with this. So all of that fits in there, and I think that's good. Okay, let's just take a quick peek in this single shadow little drawer. I mean, these are a little bit scattered because I have been playing with them. They are dusty. Guess I haven't been playing with them as much as I thought. Okay, what I am curious about are these Revlon ones. And I also want to know about this Stila Glitter and Glow. I'm not totally sure if this is still... Oh, is it dried out? The Stila Glitter and Glow is just about dried out, so I want to wear this one last time. It's like, I mean, it's still swatching, but I had to really build this up. So this can still work for a little while, so I'm gonna try and work with it as long as I can. I'm gonna put this into that little basket. And before I swatch these, I also found this just lying around. It's this little bit of like a pink, rose gold, bronze color. I'm not entirely sure if I would wear that on my eyes. I don't think so. It's a beautiful color, but I just don't think I would wear it. But I do want to try it. So I'm gonna put it with that to try pile. And last thing I want to try out are these Revlon color stays. I have not worn these since, or even swatched them since I last, Okay, these I'm going to put into my to try little pile, because here's the deal with this. I'm gonna put this back in here. So this is the lighter one. This is Creme Brulee, this one right here. And then this here is Praline. These are okay. They're not loves. You know what? If that's how I feel, like this is a nice color and I think I would prefer this over this, but I've never tried them on my eyes. So I feel as though I owe the product that opportunity to try them out. So I'm going to do that because I haven't. So it's time to try them. So now this box is just a little bit more curated. Or how about, I think these can, yes, just like that. And everything fits nicely. And one of these, yes, it's in a little quirky. Look at this. I have pan and I created that this year. So I'm really excited about some of the use that I have for these shadows. And I'm pretty sure this is Ritz. This is close with pan, which again, it is a very similar shade to a little quirky, but I really love those.